And welcome back to Hannity. So, according to reports, two moderate Democratic senators, Joe Manchin from West Virginia and Heidi Heitkamp from North Dakota, have been under consideration for positions in President-elect Trump's cabinet. Now, after the two met with the president-elect, sources are now telling Fox News that Senate Democrats are launching a, quote, full-court press to prevent the senators from moving to the White House and leaving vacant seats in the U.S. Senate. Senator Manchin now says he plans to stay in the Senate. Here to discuss that and more, Democratic Senator from the great state of West Virginia, Joe Manchin. How are you, Senator? Good to see you.
Hey, Sean, good to see you, too, again.
Yeah, by the way, I don't know why. Maybe after this interview, if it goes well for you, you can tell your Democratic colleagues that I'm not Lucifer, I'm not Satan, I'm actually a nice person, because they don't like to come on the show, which I think is their loss, but we do appreciate you coming on. Before I get to the Trump meeting, I want to ask you this. I thought about the people of West Virginia when Hillary Clinton said she's going to put coal miners out of work and coal companies out of business, and I'm like, really? I was thinking, if I'm a coal miner, I had a coal mining company, that's my entire life's career and savings. What did you think?
Oh, it was, Sean, it just, I mean, it went through me like a knife. You know, I had talked to Hillary before that, and I've known President Bill Clinton and Hillary for quite some time. They've always been good to our state, and I've always been a good friend to me, so I've always had a good relationship. And we had talked earlier about that, and I said, you know, a lot of our miners have lost their jobs, and it's just horrible what's going on. And the coal companies are closing down, declaring bankruptcy, on and on and on. She says, you know, she told me, we're not going to leave anybody behind. And I said, well, we can't. I said, there's no plan. It's just been there's no sympathy or empathy whatsoever from the Obama administration or President Obama, what they have done or the perception of what they have done to my state. Yeah. So we went back and forth and talked about all that. And when that came out, it just rocked me pretty bad. And I went to her and, you know, we talked. I said, you know, this is horrible. And she said, I made a mistake. I'm so sorry. And I said, well, it's going to be very hard for the people to accept it. She would not have won West Virginia no matter what. But that surely took it down a little further than what she would have been, maybe.
After the meeting you had with Donald Trump, you said you had a very productive, informative meeting with the president-elect. You were honored and humbled to be considered for Secretary of Energy, which you took yourself out of consideration. Tell us about that meeting. How did it go? What did you talk about? What were your impressions as a Democrat dealing with the Republican president-elect?
You know, Sean, I think you've known me well enough and you followed me. You know, I don't look at the identification being a D or an R. I really look, we're all Americans. We just have a little different approach of how we want to make sure this country stays strong and stays free and gives us all the opportunity and the American dream still alive. So with that being said, I went into it excited and encouraged to be able to sit and talk to our president-elect. And, you know, he's my president, and I'm going to fight like the Dickens and make him the best I can. People have said, because I'm a Democrat, what will you do if Donald Trump wins? I said, I'm going to do my job. My job is to represent the people of West Virginia and help our president be the best person he can be and be successful. Let me ask you this then. And if we're going to disagree, we'll be
It'll be respectful. Okay. By the way, I wish it were that way. I think moderate conservative Democrats are dinosaurs and they don't exist. I think your party went pretty far to the left. Let's just do yes or no. Will you support? Is there any one of his choices for his cabinet so far that you think you would be against, or do you like his choices?
Well, first of all, I'm not saying that I would be opposed to anybody, because I believe there should be difference to the executive's selection of putting his team together. Yeah. And I was an executive, and I asked the state senate to please give me the chance to put my people together. If they don't perform, it's on me, not you, but give us a chance. So I have said this. I know pretty much a lot of the people he has announced who he wants to be. I know Jeff Sessions. Jeff is a friend of mine, and I said I would support Jeff because the things they're saying about Jeff, I've never seen any trace of that. Yeah. So with all the other stuff, because I'm running out of time, I just said, listen, there's going to be a vetting process.
Well, there will be, and it is going to be politics played. And then we have the issue of the nuclear option. I'll stay away from that for tonight.
Well, Rex Tillerson, look at Rex. Rex and I have worked on the Boy Scout camp at West Virginia, one of the greatest Boy Scout camps in the country. And he's just a tremendous person. Now, they said, are you worried about Rex because he might have a relationship with Putin? I says, I hope somebody does, because we haven't been talking to the Russians. And I'm concerned that we don't have any type of rapport with them whatsoever. What you should be asking and checking with Rex Tillerson is making sure he can divest himself from his financial holdings so it's not tied to the performance of ExxonMobil once he leaves. If that can all be separated, then we should move on.
Senator, I hope we can continue these discussions with a little more time in the future. Thank you for being with us. We appreciate it.